Good evening, good Wednesday, and welcome to tonight's broadcast. Thank you for being a part of it. An update on the water situation, the water conservation requested by the Sagersville Waterworks situation, which has now led, of course, into the county water department monitoring their system as well. An update on both in just a few moments. Not a whole lot has changed at this time, but nevertheless, an important update for everyone. We as well will have an update on the number of deaths related to Winter Storm Fern. 10 in Kentucky, 3 coming out of Johnson County, according to the governor's office. I have some more utility-related reports to go to that I'll hit in just a few seconds, and a host of other news to update you on, including, of course, your weather forecast, which, guess what, has another hit of winter in it. Potentially. Could be just a light dusting of snow, up to an inch. Could be a few inches. Still a lot of unknown. This one coming off the east coast, and along with it, another hit of really cold, brutal Arctic air. How many times have we said that here as of late? But it is just in time for the weekend. I do have a little good news. After that, a few days after that, I'm just checking to make sure. It is Wednesday. I think we'll be above freezing Tuesday, barely, but by Wednesday, we could see our first, barely, but still first 40-degree day in a long time. So a lot to talk about in your weather in just a few moments. Let's talk about utilities, as we will on a couple of fronts tonight. Let's begin with electricity, where, as I have followed now for the past several months ago, Kentucky Power requested a near 15% rate increase for residential and consumers and businesses alike, 14.9% actually. After some pushback, they entered into an agreement with the upset parties, we'll say, and came to a number of 12.3% to be spread out over increments that would be added each year for 3 years in a row. By the end of the third year, it would add up to about $26 or so a month extra or more on the average consumer's bill. That will be by 2028, when the full percentage was in effect. While Kentucky Power and its customers are awaiting possible approval, a decision on that agreement with Public Service Commission approval, which is still yet to be made, well, they want their money now. Kentucky Power wants the possibility to raise residential and commercial rates while they're waiting on that decision. Of course, the Eastern Kentucky Power Company is owned and operated by American Electric Power. They filed the documentation just yesterday with the Kentucky Public Service Commission. If they do grant them this early go-ahead on raising their rates, they will start adding those to your bills, I believe, by the 1st of March or sometime thereafter. While they, of course, await the approval and the implementation of what is expected to be somewhere at or around the 12.3%. According to the original settlement agreement, they went from the 14.9 down to 12.3, and that would have the first year of it an additional 8.2% on your bill, about $17.50 or so for the average customer, mind you. And then it would go up another few dollars on top of that, another 6 or 7 by 2028 for the total. If the Public Service Commission does give Kentucky Power authority to go ahead and put these higher rates on your bills at this time, it will go into effect in just sometime in about 30 days or so. And if the agreement were to fall through, there would be a refund, of course, to some more full degree. Don't expect that to happen, but we'll wait and see. Meanwhile, one of the biggest business opportunities, industry opportunities touted for Kentucky, excuse me, in a number of years has now gone away. It's going to another state because of our high utility rates. Year before last, it was that the governor's office and a whole lot of other officials, mainly from northern Kentucky but elsewhere, were excited to announce a new aluminum smelting company was going to be the biggest investment in northern Kentucky's history in a long time, create over 1,000 jobs. Century Aluminum has now announced as of yesterday that they are not building this new plant in Kentucky, but instead going to Oklahoma to build that project. And they will start construction sometime later this year. It will be the first major primary major or primary aluminum, smelting facility in almost 50 years here in the United States. It was not our workforce, the availability, it was not the initiatives that the state was offering, but again, it falls back to what appears to be just high electricity rates because of the enormous amount of electricity it takes to smelt aluminum that the company has pulled out and is not going to be coming to Kentucky. When I come back, we'll go ahead and talk about the water situation, the levels in holding tanks, including one of the two large ones here for the city of Sayersville, how that is affecting the McGoffin County Water District, and how they are hoping to maybe slow it down sometime soon. I'll be right back. Guys, don't panic. The Seasonal Shop has you covered for Valentine's Day. From cute to classy fashions, from sweatshirts to sweaters to tees, made by the labels she loves. Permanent jewelry by Peyton, and everything from bangle bracelets to bears to Big Blue, and more. And ladies, there's something for your Valentine too, where the gifts are as unique and as special as they are, all with a little love this Valentine's Day at the Seasonal Shop. A new year often means new inspirations, new goals, a new focus on your health and well-being, and nowhere is that more important than Fraser's Prater Drugstore. From healthy resolutions to a fresh start without smoking, to a fresh batch of cookies just in from the daily bread, to some incredible comfort food at the counter. Step in and let us remind you why we'll always be your oldest hometown pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drugstore, downtown Sayersville. One name, one call, one ultimate solution to your heating and cooling, sales, 24-hour service, and installation for home, commercial, boilers, chillers, and VRF systems. With over 15 years of experience and now based right here in the viewing area, Ultimate Air, 496-6651.
Johnson Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County School.
There are several risk factors that may put a patient at risk for heart disease.
Especially people who have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol and have a family history of heart disease.
Neglecting to see a cardiologist can put you in trouble. You may develop problems that may not be reversible.
We see many people who do not have an actual diagnosis of a heart problem, but may be at risk of heart disease, and we do whatever we can to help mitigate that risk to help prevent disease in the future. ARH, more for Appalachia.
It's a new year with new deals at Conley Tire in Staffordsville, like $100 back on new sets of Goodyears through February the 28th, and other specials on East Kentucky's best in-stock tire inventory. Conley's, your tire, wheel, and auto repair and maintenance HQ since 1982. In Staffordsville or at conleytire.net.
Buffalo for me, bonsai for you.
Not a sauce guy.
Famous last words.
Not a napkin guy either.
Try new Famous Sauce with Lee's Saucy Sampler. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
Last night at this time, we were talking about the water situation, and that being the water conservation, which was enacted or asked for by the Sayersville Water Works for everyone to save water and not use any that you just didn't have to because of low water volume. That largely due to breaks within the infrastructure of the Sayersville Water Works lines. One portion of them, for example, on Broadway, where the aging old galvanized line has actually been experiencing breaks going back over the spring and summer months. Winter, of course, has made it worse here as of late. Those and a number of other breaks that I am told have led to a lot of water leaking, and that is causing problems. And as I told you last night, the water storage tank for Church Street, just above our offices here, was down to a little bit below 50%, which can cause problems for county customers. So I checked in today. We did with both the mayor's office as well as that of the McGoffin County Water District to find out where we are right now. This is Broadway Street in downtown, just behind the Sagersville Medical Center there and behind my old studio, where city crews had just wrapped up making at least some temporary fixes there to the old galvanized line that's perhaps 40, 50 or more years old in that area. It's been showing signs of weakness for the past year or so, and winter has made that even more so. They've repaired at least 3, if not 4 leaks right here in this stretch in the past couple of days. You can see by the large amount of water, which is now ice over the road, just how serious the leaks were. Mayor Stanley Howard told Mortimer Media Group today that they've identified these leaks, a significant one on Cole Branch, one on Route 40 towards the county line, and that to repair those, they've had to order parts. They've also had to pull the workers that they have from the city road department and are looking at some temporary employees to try to make all the repairs. This while water levels are continuing to hold at this hour in the Church Street water storage tank. After rescinding quite a bit yesterday, they were low again this morning, lower than they were yesterday, but then were holding steady by this afternoon. The Church Street tank yesterday at around 4 o'clock, as I've been monitoring it, was about 59% full. At 11 o'clock this morning, it was down to 46% full. And at 3 o'clock, almost 3:30 this afternoon, it was still maintaining around that 46% mark, which means that the county water is starting to feel the effects.
Where we're at right now is our tanks. We're getting a little low. Our 3 stages tank, it's really low water in it, and that feeds out of the Church Street tank. And yesterday it's lost a pretty good amount of water. I think yesterday is around 50-some feet, and it's lost 10 or 12 feet since then. So, but ours, what we've had a crews out looking, checking everything just to make sure that we got everything going. Our tanks right now are full, or almost full, except for the 1 tank, 3 stages.
It's 3 stages. With it being empty, how is that affecting water for whoever that supplies, and how many does it supply?
3 stages is the main tank that goes down 460. So that tank feeds primarily like Johnson Fort, Cripple Creek, and also feeds Grape Creek. But Grape Creek has a pump station and a tank of its own. So that will also pump out of there. So it's kind of hit and miss, so it pulls and it don't pull. So if we got low water in the 3 stages tank, then that means we've got low water pressure at higher elevations at the end of some of these lines, like on the Cow Creek and such, or at the head of Left Fork of Johnson and such.
So right now, are any customers experiencing low or no water?
We got a few that is at the head of some of these lines that does have low water pressure at the moment. We're trying to work and make sure that we can divert as much water that way as we can. We can manipulate some of our other tanks, like on Route 30 or on Elk Creek, and try to get more water funneling into 3 stages tanks. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Arnott says he's been in contact with the Division of Water, updating them throughout this situation, and that as well, they are closely watching the potential for some boil water advisories in some smaller areas of the Magauffa County Water District coverage area.
Knock on wood, we've only had 1 issue, I think, and we're not for sure if it's a lot of usage or not, but on Route 7, we do have some crews down that way. We seen one of our tanks had a little heavier draw than usual, so we do have some crews out there, been all day running some valves, checking some monitoring meters and stuff we have in the area too, just to see if we do have something going on. So we like to kind of stay on top of it.
No boil waters or anything for you?
Not yet, but it's going. We do have one from a repair that we done last week that was on around 404 area. That should be, we done the samples for that today. So when the lab contacts us in the morning, then that one will be over with. But as far as issuing another boil water, we're close to having to issue one in certain areas on Johnson Fork if we don't start getting water in that 3 stages tank.
As for a boil water advisory for the Sagersville City Waterworks, we hadn't received one here at the Independent or at Your News Today from either of the breaks they've been working on and repairing on Broadway Street for the past couple of days. Heather did reach out to the Waterworks just a few moments ago before the 6 o'clock show, and as the paper is getting ready to hit the press, and she was advised that they were in the process of issuing a boil water advisory for at least those residents. And as soon as we get that, we'll have that on our social media and Independent webpage.
At Big Sandy Healthcare, every patient is seen as an individual deserving of respect, compassion, and top quality care. For us, it isn't about who they are or where they come from, but about the dignity and the care that they deserve. Our commitment goes beyond simply treating diseases. We tackle food insecurity, transportation problems, and other barriers many of our patients experience that hold them back from living fuller, healthier lives. At Big Sandy Healthcare, that's what sets our organization apart.
Starting off a new year, Parkway Pharmacy wants you to know that they have a lot to be proud of, thanks to you. Proud to be community partners, proud to be good neighbors, proud to be your pharmacy. Thank you from everyone at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville.
90s Mixtape Live. Motown Philly's back again. Well, it's love that I need. Mixtape Live.
For whatever reason, if your working days are over, don't do anything before you meet Grover. Social Security, disability, SSI, work injuries, wear and tear, and hearing loss. 888-9-GROVER. SMB is proud to stand with you with what might be your very first and definitely last checking, savings, retirement, even Christmas Club account, along with consumer, auto, mortgage, business loans that you can easily manage from anywhere in the world with safe, secure mobile and online banking that comes from over 120 years of commitment to your financial life and well-being, today, tomorrow, and forever. Salyersville National. Election season is here, and we are a one-stop sign and advertising shop. Campaign commercials for TV, for the internet, print advertising in 2 publications, yard signs, bumper stickers, business cards, shirts, caps, banners, all in-house, all premium quality, all local, with no minimums to purchase. Call Independent Signs and Mortimer Media Group today, 349-2915.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Youth.
Experience.
Modern solutions to modern problems.
Proven solutions to legal problems.
An emerging face in the courtroom.
A known presence in the courtroom.
Together, we are multifaceted.
Together, we will do right by you.
If you are having any legal issues at all, just relax and call Max.
If a car wreck is causing you pain, just pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne.
Earlier today, Governor Beshear had an update on the death toll from Winter Storm Fern, which he says includes 3 deaths in Johnson County.
We can also now announce that we are forecast to get a little snow beginning Thursday night and Friday. It looks like up to an inch for parts of Kentucky. These will be light accumulations, but with the cold temperatures, they will make things more dangerous. It'll likely lead to prolonged impacts from the weekend storm because we're not getting enough of a break for ice and snow to efficiently melt this week. We need everyone to remain alert. The toughest news of the day is our confirmed deaths have jumped significantly. We are now confirming 10 weather-related deaths that we have connected to this storm. They include the 72-year-old woman from Whitley County, and the 48-year-old man in Morgan County. Those are the two that have been announced. In addition, a 70-year-old man in Grace County, a 68-year-old man in Davis County, a 62-year-old man in Pulaski County, two separate 71-year-old men in Johnson County, a 64-year-old man in Johnson County, a 78-year-old man in Owen County, and the mayor of Louisville announced a 55-year-old man there. We are confirming that through the Department of Public Health, but that would sadly get us up to 10 confirmed deaths. We are praying for all of these families during this difficult time. We are also opening the Team Kentucky Storm Relief Fund, where we will offer to pay $10,000 apiece for each of these funerals. The first thing we do in Kentucky is grieve together, and we don't want these families to have to wait for reimbursement by FEMA. We've been raising money into this fund to respond to situations like this, and we'll be reaching out to those families directly.
Now for an updated weather forecast, which has yet another hit of winter weather. Arctic air on top of some potential snowfall for your weekend, with still a little relief in sight, now pushed off to about midweek next week. Yes, light accumulations of snow are looking a little more likely Friday through Saturday night, with the potential for some accumulating snow to the tune of a few inches. This is all due to another big system, this one out over the Atlantic, that's going to really hit the East Coast, and some portions of the United States in that area, they will see a significant winter storm. We're going to be the outlier on the outskirts of that, but again, there's still a lot of unknown to it, except for the cold air. We know that. Indeed, we know that. It's not letting us out of its grip anytime soon. Started off at 9 degrees today, hit 27. We are at 20 right now, and it feels like 12 with the wind out of the southwest at about 6 miles per hour. We have a real temperature tonight of 1 degree. That is a single digit for tonight's nighttime low. That means wind chills, if we see any air moving at all, will be below zero. Fortunately, the west wind around 6 miles per hour. In a little bit, will start to become calm as the evening goes on. But it's going to be dangerously cold again. For your Thursday, temperatures have been adjusted up to about 28, we're hoping, with a high of around 28 or so, mostly sunny skies, but wind chill values in the morning, well, we're going to start off at 1, and then even as the morning progresses with a little wind that will pick up out of the west at 5, 6, 7, 8 miles per hour, we're going to see single-digit wind chills tomorrow most certainly, and throughout the first half of your day, again, 28 and sunny, and we'll back down to 12 or 13 or so tomorrow night under mostly cloudy skies, and hopefully calm winds for tomorrow night. Friday, though, we do have, a chance of some flurries in the morning, maybe some snow. We're just going to write it off right now as a 50% chance of accumulating snow. Right now around an inch or so, but it is into the weekend, Friday and Saturday, that we'll be watching things and talking more about it certainly tomorrow. I mean, it's just not going anywhere. 24 and 8 for your Friday, cloudy, a chance of snowfall. And look at Saturday. We've known for a week now that Saturday was going to be so brutal. And we're still looking at 14 for the high, 4 for the low. Wind chills, if there's any air moving at all, they're as well going to be below zero or at zero for a lot of folks. Mostly cloudy, a 20% chance of snow for the first half of your weekend. From there is at least hope. 20 and 0, though, for Sunday. Not as far as the temperatures are concerned for the latter half of your weekend, but it calms down. We've got some sunshine. That Arctic air is still just got a stranglehold on the viewing area and much of Kentucky and the nation. Monday, though, sun returns, high of 30. I'll take it. 20 to 30% chance of snow. Tuesday, 35, cloudy, and some slight snow chances. And Wednesday of next week, I can't tell you how much, 41, mostly cloudy, and a 30% chance of rain excites me. But it does. And then maybe we'll be done with the harshest part of this winter season. Maybe. That's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you back here tomorrow.